Welcome to this video on the Autodesk Fusion Loft tool. It's yet another extrude on steroids. Let's have a look. As a preparation, I made 3 profiles on different heights. They were drawn on a construction plane, and that can be done here in the construct menu. Offset plane, which means you can give it a different height relative to another plane. Let's now go to the Loft tool, which can be found in the Create toolbar, or if it is not on your icons, then click the menu, find Loft. And all we have to do now is select the profiles via which we want to create an extrude. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, there we have our what is it? A flower vase, besides that it is not hollow. A fun fact is that we can make changes on the fly once the loft is created. For instance, we can pick up this circle and change the size, or we can even pick up that middle point and move it around. Any change that we like can still be made, and it is on the fly. Let's edit this loft by right-clicking on it and select Edit. And let's have a look at a few of these parameters that we in options that we can change. Let me first take out this middle profile. We can create that same vase without the middle profile by changing the connected option to the direction option. What does that mean? Connected means the path follows the shortest line, so to speak, the most efficient line. With direction, we now have a gizmo, and we can more or less influence the angle at which the loft starts or goes away from this surface. Like now we have made it more like a pot. And there's also, let me move it over here a little bit, there's also this rotation thing, and look what happens if we move around with those two a little bit. Then we can create more or less that same shape that we had, but this time it is made with only 2 profiles to start with. The middle one is not used. Via sliders and gizmos with those options we can create this. Just like the sweep tool, the Loft tool also has the option to use guide rails. I made a sketch of 3 lines or arcs, and let's open the Loft tool again and create the 2 profiles between which I want to make a loft. This is the most efficient path, but I can select, first let's do the centerline, click on that centerline icon, then click on a centerline, and it starts to follow that path of that centerline. We can also don't do that and use guide rails. Well, I made 2 guide rails, so I clicked the icon for rails. Let me click this plus over here and select that one, or maybe I don't even have to click that plus. Yeah, and look, now the profile is following those guide rails. Here's another example of a set of profiles. This is the ground plate, and these 2 were made via this tool, this construction plane along path. And this path is just a simple 3-point arc. With these profiles we can simply start a loft, click on the Loft tool, click all 3 of our surfaces. Let me move it a little over here. 1, 2, 3, and yeah, we get a lovely, how shall I call it, bureau lamp or something like that. And again, of course, we can change the sizes of the circles or shapes that we have, and we can even move around. That circle over there is built on this plane. If I edit that feature, I can still move it around and see the result after that move. Also, I have not yet touched the profile center rail, so let me edit the loft and now click centerline and then use that centerline, and look what happens. It starts to follow that centerline now, which creates another profile. Well, it is a little bit maybe too small over there. And also we see over here at the ground plate that the angle of the arc that leaves the ground plate is a little bit too tight for this to keep that whole ground plate occupied with material. But it is a nice solution the way it solved it over here. You can play around with any of those loft features, just play with it and see what the result is. Very nice and complex shapes can be made with this tool, shapes that can otherwise not be made. Thank you for watching, maybe see you back in a future video, and in the meantime, have fun.